Welcome back to the Simply Fitness podcast, coming at you this week with a great one, with another great topic, something that's been probably flooding your social media, the news for years now, GLP-1s. But today, we're not going to talk too much about what they are. We will touch on them a little bit, but how strength training is needed for these drugs. So we know GLP-1s like Ozempic is a popular one, are all over the news, and they're the weight loss secret that we've all been looking for, that magic pill. And we're not going to talk about today all about that, but I want to talk about combining strength training with these drugs and why it is so important. You're losing all this weight, but you're also losing muscle at the same time. And as we know, strength training is going to help you keep that muscle while losing weight. And I think right now that's probably one of the biggest topics that people aren't touching on is the effects of just losing weight without having some type of fitness routine. It is an absolute must, in my opinion. I've been seeing it with a lot of my patients who are using these drugs, mostly a lot for diabetes of the people I see, but also those who are just using it to lose weight in general, is that they're getting these great health outcomes, that their health is getting dramatically better, but doing strength training, doing the cardio is really helping them completely change their whole health outlook. So let's not just, help us lose that weight, but how can we help ourselves be fitter and be stronger and to have that long lasting? So let's sit back. Let's talk about this secret weapon, this combo sidekick, a little Batman and Robin for you. Batman's my favorite, so always got to work those references in. So let's just dive into it. So what are GLP-1s and why are we so worried about muscle? So we know that GLP-1s are receptor agonists. So they are pretty much stopping that hunger feeling. They're stopping you from, having that, to curb your appetite is what they're doing. So they're specifically were made for type 2 diabetes, but then they figured out that it could also help you lose weight while you're on these drugs. So that's why a lot of people have started taking them, because it can help you lose weight. And as we know, a lot of Americans are pre-diabetic or are diabetic. So many of us qualify for these drugs because of we are within those, poor health markers. So it's going to curb your appetite. It's going to help you regulate your blood sugar, which is a major factor in type 2 diabetes. And it's going to help you actually slow the emptying of your stomach and your colon and all that stuff. And a lot of it has shown to help you decrease, your weight by 15 to 20%, which is great compared to something like bariatric surgery, which right now, those are the only two ways to help you lose weight, is through bariatric surgery or these drugs. And as we know, that bariatric surgery can be a whole lot. So this is a great alternative so far. Obviously, there's a catch-22. We haven't seen what the long-term effects of these drugs are. We're seeing, some people within the last 2 to 3 years having been using these drugs long-term. So it should be interesting to see over the next couple of years how is the effect. Is a dose as effective long-term? Do you have to keep upgrading the dose? How are the effects as you come off these drugs? So it's all very interesting. Any long-term side effects that we just don't know about because we haven't seen these. So now when it comes to muscle, what we are seeing is that 10 to 40% of that weight loss. So we lost 15 to 20. So say we are, 200 pounds. That's 30 to 40 pounds. 10 to 40% of that weight loss is muscle. So that's going to cause you potentially to be a little bit weaker. You're losing muscle, you're going to be losing strength, you're going to lose stability. It's going to slow your metabolism a little bit because we know muscle burns calories. It takes energy to maintain that muscle. So this can have a long-term effect, especially on weight maintenance and long-term strength, which are two very important things. We don't want to just lose this weight and then gain it all back. We want to keep it all for good. So if we're losing muscle, it's going to be harder to do that. So we know it's great for us. This drug is helping you lose weight, but it's also having this negative side effect, losing muscle, which is the case on all weight loss. It's why diet alone is great. It'll help you lose weight, but we need the strength training in order to continue to maintain that weight loss and to keep that strength, because that strength is majorly important in long-term health outcomes. So why strength training? As you said, it preserves the muscle. We need to signal to the body to maintain the muscle, or else will not maintain it. Your body's only going to do what it's told to do. If you're signaling it to keep the muscle, to keep the muscle strong and to keep building muscle, then it's going to keep doing that. If you're not, it's just going to use that muscle as energy, because you're eating in a calorie deficit, because you're not eating as much, because you're not as hungry as frequently as possible because of the drug. So it's going to use that muscle as fuel. So we have to provide that proper stimulus. Now, also, there was this recent interesting study just done 2 years ago, where with exercise and a GLP-1, and they found that it actually decreased or increased, technically, the amount of fat loss. So the participants who did exercise and used the GLP-1 increased the amount of abdominal fat that they lost, which is great. So they got leaner, but they also kept more lean mass. So that's major. That is going to drastically drop your body fat percentage and to help you get into a better health outcomes with that. So with all our weight loss goals, that is it. Drop the fat, maintain the lean muscle. Boom. That's going to lead to the best performance that your body can do. Being lean with the muscle, that's the combo you want. That is the equation, not just one or the other. Some other things that some researchers have said with the strength training, it's going to help you, relegate. It's also going to help you improve your insulin sensitivity and regulate your blood sugar just a little bit more, the same way that the GLP-1s are also helping that as well. This is going to also help fatigue. I found that some people can be a little bit more fatigued when they're on these drugs because you're eating a little bit less calories. It's the same thing as if you're in a calorie deficit in general. You're going to have a little less energy because you're eating a little less calories. So strength training, vitally important. It's going to help you stay strong, burn more calories, and keep that weight off long term. So what do we do? How do we add this in to our program? Because we got the diet portion locked in. Now, how are we adding the strength training to complement this drug? It's an addition. They go hand in hand. So here's just some 5 friendly strength training tips that are going to help you make that progress strong and steady. So first one, start small. If you're not doing anything, we're not doing any strength training, let's start small. 2 days a week, 15-minute session. This could be body weight. If you have some, light weights, boom. If that's maybe too much, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 push-ups, 10 squats. It doesn't have to be this amazing amount of work. Can we just add a little bit that helps show the body that I need to maintain the muscle that I have? So try at your lunch breaks. Try right after work or right before work. Get it in. It doesn't have to be, super high intensity. It can be that moderate that we're looking for. Now, second, if we can add weights, let's do it. Let's add some dumbbells, resistance bands. If you have access to a gym, add some machines. It doesn't have to be crazy. It doesn't have to be super complex. I love just maybe someone, if you're just starting out, you don't know what to do, go use the machines at your gym. If you have access to a gym, like I have an apartment building, it has 7 machines, boom. Can you just do one exercise? Okay, one exercise, 3 sets of 10, boom. 2 sets of 10, whatever it may be. Do a few of those, see how it feels. As you start to build the habit, as you start to build the routine, then you add more, or you change it up. You get a little bit more efficient with it. Keep it simple and fun. That's what you're looking for. Some squats, some rows, some presses, just a little bit of anything to just help show that body that, okay, I got to keep this. I got to keep this strength. And 3, keep it up with now a little bit more nutrition. Pair it with protein. So when you're doing the exercise, can right afterwards or next meal, 20 to 30 grams of protein. Now, again, that's going to signal to the body that I got to keep the protein. If your diet's now contracted because of the GLP-1s, we got to make sure protein is at the forefront of the mind to help preserve it. So 20, 30 grams, some Greek yogurt, some chicken, some ground beef, something is always better than nothing there. Get some eggs. I love some eggs right there. Now 4, coming off, a few weeks ago with, sneaking in a little bit of exercise snacks throughout the day. A 3-minute stair climb, a few push-ups while you wait for your meal to warm up in the microwave. Again, something is always going to be infinitely better than nothing. So if you just have to pick one thing a day and you do 10 reps of that every single day, no matter what, or every time you walk past something, I do 5 reps of this, or whatever it may be, make it up. Have fun with it. If you do something a few times a day, pick that. Okay, before I brush my teeth, I'm going to do 10 squats. Boom. Brush your teeth twice a day. That's 20 squats a day. You're doing something. You're doing something that's infinitely better than doing nothing. It's going to help you build up that habit. And that's, at the end of the day, that's the key, because then that's going to help you, again, push you in that direction of becoming that person who does that. And maybe that involves into a 10-minute workout, or it involves into going to a gym or hiring a coach to just help you propel yourself into that direction. Now, number 5, rest and recover. We got to make sure we get enough sleep, 7 to 8 hours, hydrate, stretch. Again, if we find the time, we didn't work out today. Did I get my water? Can I take 5 minutes to stretch, foam roll, massage gun? Those are all great things. It doesn't always have to be just straight lifting and strength training. It could be something that's, helping you move forward, some mobility. I love to do some mobility on the days that I don't work out, just to make it feel like, okay, I'm in the groove. So I keep that momentum going day after day after day after day. And the more you can keep that momentum going, the easier it's going to feel. So again, beginners, what are we doing? We're going to look to start off body weight, adding some snacks into our day, some push-ups, some squats, whatever it may be. And if we can, after 2 weeks of doing that, or even right away, add some weights. It doesn't have to be crazy. 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds, whatever it may be, try it out and look to build that momentum. Now, if you're already started building that momentum, great. Upper levels, let's get some weights. Let's add the protein. Make sure we're getting that protein in. 2 to 3 days a week is all you need. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. 15, 30, 45 minutes at the max is all you're going to need. Again, 2 to 3 times a week. That's all you're going to need. That's all my clients do. That's all they need to do. Anything extra is extra, but that's all you got to need to see results. So, again, these tips are what's going to help those muscles stay happy, keep them alive. And again, you don't need that gym membership to do these things. If you do, great. If you don't, it's okay, because we already have that concrete plan. Do a bodyweight workout, go to YouTube, let's get one. Now, got some great questions in there. Again, at MaxU Coaching. Send me your questions. This is where I get all these ideas for these topics, like these GLP-1s. This came from a client who had a bunch of questions. So send them my way, at MaxU Coaching. Let's tackle 2 that have to do with GLP-1s. First one, I'm on Ozempic and I feel too tired to lift weights. Any tips? I know especially when you're in a hardcore calorie deficit, especially which these GLP-1s should help you do, you're going to feel fatigued. Now, with that, fatigue can be very common. So we want to start just with a 5-minute workout, some of those exercise snacks. Try to just do a little bit of something. It doesn't, again, have to be something extreme. It doesn't have to be super taxing on the body. Make sure we're having some protein, staying hydrated, getting proper sleep. If you're finding that that tiredness is persisting long term, that might be something to just talk to your doctor about, a little bit more of a medical professional that might be able to help with the dosing of that GLP-1. Now another common question, and I think one reason a lot of people don't work out is, will strength training mess with my GLP-1 weight loss? I know it sounds counterintuitive to think that, oh, if I work out, it's going to affect this negatively. But it's not. It's not going to. The strength training is going to boost it. It's going to help it. It's like thinking like coffee is going to mess with your morning. No, it's going to make you better. Coffee's the best. Same thing. Weightlifting is going to help with weight loss. It complements each other. It doesn't negatively affect each other. So let's do it. Let's get it. So another little sidebar. Now that I want to dive a little deeper into GLP-1s, just some thoughts that I've been having about them recently and about thinking about them. 1, just because you are on a GLP-1 does not guarantee weight loss. You still need to be worrying about a calorie deficit. You still have to be, getting your mindset right, changing your lifestyle, because that's what it is. These drugs are helping you maybe cut out a piece that would make it a challenge. So they're taking out a part of the obstacle, but there's still work to be done. They do not guarantee success. I have seen people not lose weight while on a GLP-1. Whether that's the drug not working for them or that particular one not working for them is to be seen. But it doesn't automatically equal success. You still have to put in the work. So I would challenge you to start tracking your food a little bit more. Know what you're putting into your body. You're making these changes, so why not make the lasting change that is going to help you irregardless of if you're on this drug or not? Change the way you're working out. If you are working out, if you're not, this is a great time to do it. You're losing the weight. Help yourself maintain that. You have the momentum on your side. Now, another sub point, I get a lot of messages, and some of my clients as well, they aren't happy with their progress on GLP-1s. And it's not necessarily the point of that they aren't making progress. It's that their progress has slowed to a very, very good rate. Roughly a half a pound to a pound a week is great progress. So if you've been on a GLP-1 for 2 months and you've lost 26 pounds, that is absolutely amazing. If you're on it for a whole year and you lost 26 pounds, that is absolutely amazing progress. That is very maintainable and very realistic. Your progress can be based off a lot of different things. How much weight you have to lose. If you have a lot more, maybe you can lose 2 pounds a week and be okay and lose 100 pounds in a year. Not everyone can do that. They don't have the weight to do that, and your body, it takes time. You want it to be sustainable. You don't want it to be very drastic. So just getting your mind wrapped around the concept of, okay, where did I start at A, and comparing it to Z versus comparing A to B and then B to C, then C to D. You have to go from the start to the finish and where you are, because that's where you can really be like, damn, that's a big ass number, and I've really kicked my butt. So just be realistic with those goals and understanding it might seem like a wonder drug, but you still got to put in the work. You still have to get that mind right and understand that there's going to be challenges along the way. There's no way around it. Life's a challenge. So embrace it. Love it. Have fun with it. Now, challenge of the week. Always need a challenge. So let's get after it. Pick, again, one strength move, squats, push-up, stair climb, whatever it is. Next 7 days, every single day. Let's do it. 5-10 minutes. That's what you got to do. Choose your hard, guys. Choose your hard. Track it. Post it. Put it in an app. Whatever it may be. Send it to me. Let's go. At MaxU Coaching. And let's see. Did you feel stronger? Or did you feel that you have a little bit more energy? That you feel that momentum building? Let's do it. Let's get after it. Because we know, by the end of this, strength training, GLP-1s, they go together. 2 peas in a pod, guys. 2 peas in a pod. So, no crash diets, no crazy workouts needed. We just need to make sure we're in that calorie deficit. We're eating that protein. We're doing our strength training. So thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys. Go lift. Go for a run. Let's go in the day. I'll catch you next time on the Simply Fitness Podcast. Have a blessed day, guys. Peace.